Okay, vibrations of single degree of freedom system. SDYF means single degree of freedom. So the system will be having degrees of freedom, right? Suppose a spring system is like spring and mass system is there like this. Suppose mass m fixed at here. So this is actually single degree of freedom. Single degree means degree of freedom means to define the vibrations. What is meant by vibration? First of all, suppose the spring stiffness is K and it is in stable condition like this. Suppose somebody disturbs this, what happens? That means uh, somebody pull like this downward. Then what happens with the mean position of, see, previously this is the mean position of this. So it vibrates actually. That means somebody pull downward or upward. So it vibrates like this. That means it goes up and come down and again going up, going down. So the displacement, suppose this is the displacement u. Okay, the displacement increases, decreases, and going negative, right? So if you draw this displacement u, let's assume some amplitude a. So what happens means if you draw with respect to time, if you draw its variation, u variation, okay. So with respect to time, so variation of u, if you draw, so this goes like this. From mean position it increases and again decreases and going in negative manner and again coming to zero. This is one cycle actually. Again it goes like this and again coming to zero like this. Okay. So initially at zero displacement, then u increases and it reaches maximum u, then again decreases, again it comes to equilibrium position, again it go in opposite direction, maximum it goes, then again it comes to mean position, like that it continues actually. So this is nothing but vibration. Vibration means if you disturb the equilibrium system, if there is a disturbance, then it continues its motion actually unless until the energy dissipates completely. So here we are talking about of course the systems are two types again, damped system, undamped system, that also we'll discuss. So the systems are actually two types. Damped system, number two undamped system. If you see this single degrees of freedom, you can understand what is meant by damped, what is meant by undamped. Undamped. See, undamped means there is no energy dissipation. No energy dissipation. Here in damped system, energy dissipation exists. Actually, undamped systems are theoretical only. You cannot find any practical undamped system actually. Okay, it is theoretical one only. So, if this amplitude, whatever the vibration of amplitude, it won't decrease, then it is undamped. Okay, if it decreases, then it is damped one. Suppose any system, suppose spring only, if you take the amplitude actually decreases, right, like this, and after some time it comes to rest actually. right? So this is called a damped system. Okay. So time versus displacement, if you see as this one, I mean amplitude. See, this is this amplitude here. If you see, it's gradually decreasing, right? So in damped system, actually, the amplitude decreases with respect to time. That means energy is dissipating every time. Okay. So this is called damped system. In undamped system, you can see same amplitude. Suppose this is A, this is also A, this is also A. Okay. So everywhere you can see same. This is actually undamped system. Okay. We are talking about actually single degree of freedom. What is meant by single degree of freedom means to define displacement. One parameter is enough in this single degree of freedom system. So then you will get doubt. What would be the double 2 degrees of freedom system? How it would be? Okay, naturally you will get doubt, right? So that also I'll explain you. Suppose 2 degrees of freedom means it is like this. You can imagine like this: a two springs of different stiffnesses. Okay. See now. Okay. So to define the K1, K2 suppose. So here we have 2 degrees of freedom. So to define the U actually here, U1, U2, two things are required. Okay. So because 2 degrees of K1 also elongate and compresses and K2 also, that's why this is called 2 degrees of freedom system. Like this, not only linear systems. Suppose one more thing I'll explain you. Suppose if there is a overhead tank like this. Okay. So this can be modeled as a single degree of freedom system. Mass we can attach here. So it deforms like this and it vibrates. If somebody disturbs this one, it vibrates like this, right? Lateral displacement. I mean lateral vibration. Okay. So this is also single degree of freedom system. Okay. So like that, suppose if you want to again explain you again, if you want to see 2 degrees of freedom system, so it can be like this. Suppose here one hinge is there, then obviously this becomes actually 2 degrees of freedom system. Mass is attached here. So to define the displacement, so two parameters are required here. This is 2 degrees of freedom. Here 1 degree of freedom. 2 degrees of freedom. So now we need to understand first. So before, I mean, you will learn actually the structural dynamics and you will learn structural dynamics of earthquake engineering and all in MTech courses. So for those things, actually some basic things you should understand in this level. Okay, that's why they kept actually undamped free vibrations. So of course vibrations are two types again: free vibrations and forced vibrations. Okay, so you know why, what is meant by vibration? You know what is meant by vibration? If you disturb the system, it oscillates. That is the vibration, right? So vibrations are two types: free vibrations and forced vibrations. Okay, vibrations are two types. Number one, free vibrations. So free vibrations means just if you disturb the system, it oscillates. That is free vibration. Okay, the vibrations are due to disturbance. Okay, due to initial disturbance. Example, suppose take a cantilever, take a scale fixed at one end, take a steel scale, okay, just pull the tip downward direction. What happens? It oscillates like this. So initially higher amplitude, then amplitude decreases, but it oscillates for some time, right? It oscillates and finally it comes to rest, right? Understood now?
Yes,
If you
Yes,
pull
sir.
the tip like this and leave it, then it oscillates after for some time, and finally it stops. Finally it stops actually. That means if you plot this displacements, so initially displacements will be higher and slowly displacement decreases. Okay, time versus amplitude, if you see, it decreases and finally it comes to rest. This is called actually free vibration. So forced vibrations are forced vibrations. The vibrations are due to external force. Suppose, yeah, better you can understand this actually. Shake table for sieve analysis, right? So sieve set you will put on the table, shake table. So the shake table actually will be given, connected to the motor, electric motor. Okay, the actually vibrations can be, imposed by putting some eccentric masses. Okay, suppose a wheel is there, suppose like this. If you put some eccentric mass, so the wheel will be rotating like this. Obviously, that creates some vibration. Okay, so the power will be supplied continuously through this electric motor. Obviously, the table will be shaking, shake table. So the shake table is example of this forced vibration. So the vibrations will be induced. That's whatever sieve set kept on the sieve table will be continuously shaking with the constant. Okay, actually constant. This one amplitude. Amplitude will be constant in forced vibration. So forced vibration actually you can see this kind of. See actually the whatever frequency you are giving based on that, okay, the external based on external frequency, the vibration response is like this actually. But initially you can see some local instability, so that local instability will be settled after some time. The local instability will be settled after some time, and finally it assumes this shape actually. But initially you can see there are some local undulations. Okay, I will explain you what are the response. Why it is like that. Okay, the response shape, why it is like that, who is responsible for that, that and all we will discuss about this. Okay, forced vibrations. So basically, vibrations are two types: free vibrations, forced vibrations. Free vibration means just if you disturb the system, it vibrates. That is called free vibration. Forced vibration means continuous force will be supplied. Continuous force will be supplied. That is forced vibration. So, and systems are basically two types again here: damped system, undamped system. So totally we can think about four things: uh, free free vibration, undamped free vibrations, damped free vibrations, undamped forced vibrations, damped forced vibrations, right? So we can think about four things about this single degree of freedom itself. Okay, in our syllabus basically we have only one thing, that is undamped free vibrations, but we will discuss all four things here. Okay, clear? Outline అర్థమైంది కదా?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is meant by the stiffness of k? K is nothing but force required to cause unit displacement. That is k. Definition of k is very simple: force required to cause unit displacement is called stiffness of the spring. Okay, so first we will see undamped free vibrations. Undamped free vibrations. So how to define the, first of all, we need to write the differential equation. Okay, what is the differential equation? Suppose this is the spring attached with mass m, spring constant k, mass m. So actually, if there is no mass, okay, there is no mass, the position of the spring will be in different position actually. So with attaching this mass, it elongates a little bit. That is called actually static deformation. Static deformation. Okay. So without mass, you can. Okay, I will draw that also. Without mass, with mass. Suppose this is the system having some L length, spring constant is K, okay, mass is not attached. Then if you attach the mass, what happens? By attaching the mass, it elongates, right? By attaching the mass, it elongates. How much it elongates? L plus delta L, because spring constant is K. So what is the elongation of that spring? You know, K is nothing but force by deformation delta. Here force is mg, gravitational force, mg is the force, deformation is delta L. So obviously delta L equal to mg by K. So that much it deforms, okay. So let it be like this. Now what happens? Now if you disturb this one system, just to pull down or push up, then it starts vibrating, right? So how to form the differential equation? Okay, so differential equation is like this. See, this is m, spring constant K. So if you pull like this and leave, then obviously about this is the mean position now. Mean position. From the mean position, if you disturb the system, it vibrates. This is the mean position. This is the mean position. About its mean position, it starts vibrating. Okay. Downward and upward. Okay. So it comes down and goes up. Okay. See, in elongated position, if you see in elongated position while vibrating, so mass into acceleration is one force. Mass into acceleration, this is the inertia force, right? Inertia force. So suppose it is coming down like this from mean position. So you can see, I think you can imagine simple pendulum also. Simple pendulum oscillation also. So while going in this way, okay, it decelerates up to this position. Then from zero position on, from zero acceleration, it increases its acceleration, right? In this way, it increases acceleration. But while going like in this way, here acceleration decreases, right? Acceleration, negative acceleration, right? Acceleration negative. Here acceleration positive. Can you imagine this?
Yes, sir.
Positive acceleration. So that's why while going from mean position, so you know here center position, this is the mean position, right? Mean position. So while going from mean position, away, so actually negative acceleration will be there. Okay. So mass into acceleration is the inertia force. Okay. Inertia force. So just we are talking about mass into acceleration. U double dot is negative acceleration, where here U double dot equal to d square u by dt square. Du by dt is velocity, u is displacement. U dot equal to du by dt. U equal to displacement. Displacement. This is velocity. This is acceleration. Okay. So m double dot is inertia force, and see spring in stretched condition it tries to, I mean, one force will be there in the spring. What is that? K into displacement is the force. So more the stretch is there, obviously if you leave that spring it comes back, right? So that kind of spring force will be there. That is that spring force depends on displacement itself. So K into U is the spring force. Okay, U is the displacement, where K equal to stiffness of the spring. Okay, so that means two forces are there here. One is inertia force due to acceleration, and another one is spring force due to spring elongation. Okay, now basically there is no displacement from the mean position. Then obviously spring force will be zero, and at mean position acceleration also will be zero. So net force will be zero. So always net force must be zero actually. That's why differential equation is like this. Differential equation is m u double dot plus ku equal to 0. It is a second order linear differential equation. Okay, second order linear homogeneous differential equation. Equal to 0 is there, then that is called homogeneous differential equation. Of course it is linear equation because u and u double dot separately we are getting. Okay, no products are squares or cubes. Okay, u square is not there, u square term is not there. U into u dot or u into u double dot, those terms are not there. That's why it is a linear equation. Okay, of course constant coefficients, because mass is constant, K is constant. Okay, so this kind of differential equations we have seen in mathematics actually. So this differential equation can be understood very easily. See here, when u is positive, that means while it is going from mean position, okay, away from mean position, it is going away from mean position. When u is positive, ku is positive term. Obviously acceleration u double dot will be negative term. Okay, negative acceleration. So this negative term and this positive term gets zero actually, totally summation will be zero. That's why here I said here the acceleration is here negative while going away from the mean position. That term will be negative, u will be positive, right? So from mean position it is going away, u is increasing. As u is increasing quantity, u double dot will be decreasing quantity, or u is decreasing quantity, then u double dot will be increasing quantity. So u and u double dot will be opposite nature basically. Then only this differential equation will be valid, right? So naturally it is valid only. Naturally it is valid. Okay, so as u increases, u double dot will be decreasing. As u decreases, u double dot will be increasing. So m u double dot plus ku equal to 0 is the differential equation. ఇక్కడ వరకు అర్థమైందా? క్లియరా?
Yes, sir.
Differential equation ఎలా వచ్చిందని మీకు అర్థం అవ్వాలి క్లియర్ గా. So now we'll see the solution of differential equation. So it's very simple thing only. So here we need to understand what is my frequency and all. Okay, at what frequency it vibrates. Okay, frequency means to complete one cycle how much, okay, time it takes. So in 1 second how many cycles it can complete. So those things we will discuss. Okay, so differential equation is for us m u double dot plus ku equal to 0, or you can write like this also, m d square u by dt square plus ku equal to equal to 0, where u is a function of time, With respect to time, it varies actually, this differential equation. So you can write like this: u double dot plus k by m into u equal to 0. So let k by m will be some omega n square. Just give some parameter like this. Then what happens? U double dot plus omega n square u equal to 0. In operator form, you can write like this actually. See, okay, first I'll write d square u by dt square plus omega n square u equal to 0, or d by dt square, d square by dt square, okay, into u, okay, d square by dt square plus omega n square of u equal to 0. In operator form, it is d square plus omega n square of u equal to 0. Okay, that means auxiliary equation, if you write some, okay, so okay, without writing auxiliary equation, directly I will take this like this: d square plus omega n square equal to 0 means, okay, that means you can write like this: d plus or d square equal to minus omega n square, okay, d equal to plus or minus root of minus omega n square, that equal to plus or minus omega n. Square root of minus 1 is I, okay, so 0 plus or minus omega n I, okay, d, the roots are like this, okay. So that means solution is now u of t equal to, you know, for complex roots are there, then it is e power alpha, you know, roots are m1 comma m2 are alpha plus or minus beta I. Then solution is y equal to e
C1
power
is
alpha
right.
x a cos beta x plus,
Yes, sir.
yeah, y equal to e power alpha x into a cos beta x plus b sin beta x. So here alpha is 0. So then obviously solution is a cos omega nt plus b sin omega nt. So based on the boundary conditions, let us assume at t equal to 0, u equal to 0, okay, and u dot also 0 at t equal to 0. Then if we substitute that u equal to 0, 0 equal to a cos 0 1 plus b sin 0 0. From this a will be 0. So obviously u of t equal to a is 0 means only thing is b into sin omega nt. Okay. So u dot is 0. So that means u dot equal to omega n into, I mean b into differentiation of that, b into omega n cos omega nt. So that also 0. 0 equal to b into omega n cos 0. So you should not give that, I think, because both becomes 0 means no use. So u dot equal to some something like u dot of 0. Okay, so instead of 0 here, just put u dot of 0, some initial velocity. Okay, omega n, because cos 0 is 1. So from this b equal to u dot of 0 by omega n. So your solution is u of t equal to u dot of 0 by omega n into sin omega nt. So here this omega, you can observe here every time of, see, omega n is actually called as a frequency. Okay, That means frequency means omega n unit also you can see radians per second. How many radians? Okay, per second. So natural frequency, it is called natural frequency. In cycles, if you want to find, okay, that is Fn if you want to find, that is a natural frequency. Natural frequency in cycles per second. Cycles per second. So 2 pi radians means one cycle, right? So many radians are there. So to convert into cycles, actually, omega n divide with 2 pi. Every 2 pi will form a one cycle. So how many cycles are there? So that is the Fn, actually, natural frequency in cycles per second. And time period of this one will be, so time period will be 1 by Fn, actually, that equal to 2 pi by omega n is the time period. So every Tn, it actually, I mean, comes to the same position again. Okay. So in Tn period, it comes to same position. That's why if you draw this one, that will be the cycle. The cycle completion. You can see here. This is one cycle. Peak to peak, or this one in time versus u. If you see peak to peak, the period is Tn, time period. Okay, that is 2 pi by omega n is the time period. So this omega n, actually, how we have defined means here, omega n is defined as natural frequency square root of k by m. See here, omega n square is nothing but k by m. So omega n is square root of k by m. Clear? So undamped vibration means there is no dissipation of energy. Actually, in practical systems, energy dissipation will be there. Okay, but if there is no, just by assuming without a dissipation of energy, the amplitudes will be not decreasing and it continues forever. The vibration will continues forever. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll see one or two problems on this. See this problem. A mass m is attached to two identical springs. Two identical springs having spring constant K. As shown in figure. The natural frequency omega of this single degree of freedom system is single degree of freedom system is. So the figure is like this. Okay, options. Option A, square root of 2k by m. Option B, square root of k by m. Option C, square root of k by 2m. Option D, square root of 4k by m. What is the answer? It's k and k. Can you guess the answer? Okay, the mass is shared by two springs actually. So for each spring, mass is m by 2, right? For each spring, mass is m by 2. Or otherwise, if you club both the two springs, combined stiffness will be how much? 2k.
Okay, yes, sir.
2k. That's why answer is square root of combined stiffness is 2k by m. So generally we know for a system like this it is a k by m, but here two springs are there parallelly. Springs are in parallel. The stiffness actually just adds. Okay, that's why 2k by m. So option A. Okay, that is the answer. Yeah, note on the next problem. A static deflection of the static deflection of the static deflection of a spring under gravity when a mass of 1 kg is suspended from it is 1 mm. Assume the acceleration due to gravity g equal to 10 meter per second square. Okay. The natural frequency of this spring mass system in radians per second is dash. This is the question. Okay, so is given indirectly a k value. Actually mass is given directly, mass m equal to 1 kg. Okay, so k directly not given, but he said that the deformation static deflection is 1 mm, delta equal to 1 mm. Okay, that is 0.001 meters. Okay, delta. Then what is the force, gravitational force? Gravitational force how much? mg, right? mg, m is 1, g is 10, that equal to 10 newtons. Okay, because 1 kg into 10 meter per second square, kg meter per second square is newton, so 10 newtons is the force acting here. So k is what? That gravitational force by delta, force is 10 newtons divided by 0.001, which is equal to, so 10 into 1000, that is 10,000 newtons per meter. You can see here newtons, this is meter, newton per meter. K is this much. So natural frequency formula we know. Okay, square root of k by m directly. So square root of 10,000 by mass is 1 kg, which is equal to 100 radians per second. 100 radians per second is the answer. Clear? Yeah, see this problem. A 1 kg mass, attached to a spring. Spring elongates it by 16 mm. The mass is then pulled from its equilibrium position by 10 mm and released from rest, assuming the acceleration due to gravity of 9.81 meter per second square, the response of the mass in mm is given by option A, x equal to 10 sin 24.760 t, option B 10 cos 24.760 t, option C x equal to sin 16 t, option D x equal to 10 cos 16 t. Okay, these are the options. Sorry. Okay, here first of all natural frequency can work out first. That is spring 1 kg mass attached to spring elongates by 16 mm. So K equal to force by deformation. Force is 1 kg into acceleration to gravity 9.81 meter per second square, that is newtons, by deformation is 16 mm, 0.016. So 9.81, how much it is?
613.125.
613.125. Okay, R1 simply. Okay, Newton per meter. That is the spring stiffness. Okay, K is there, mass is there. So omega n, natural frequency, square root of K by m, square root of 613.1 by 1, square root of K by m, which is equal to 24.76
76.
radians per second. That is the frequency. Then can you by seeing just by seeing itself, can you tell the answer?
Option B. So option C. So option B, sir. End option C పెట్టిండు.
Option
X equal 10 cos అది sir.
Yeah, actually with this actually you can expect the response x equal to a cos 24.760 plus b sin 24.76 t. So which constant becomes 0, we will see based on the condition given. Okay, he actually from equilibrium position he flew 10 mm and released, right? That means at t equal to 0, x equal to 10. At t equal to 0, x equal to 10. That is one condition, right? Okay, that is one condition. Another condition is, see, initially there is no velocity, right? Initially there is no velocity, just released. That means x dot equal to 0. So what is meant by x dot here? X dot equal to minus a into 24.76 cos 24.760 plus b into 24.76 into cos sin అవుతుంది. So x dot equal to minus a into 24.76 into sin 24.760 plus b into 24.76 into cos 24.76 into t. velocity is 0 initially. That means 0 equal to sine term becomes 0 plus b into 24.76 into 1. So with this, b is 0, right? B is 0. Then x equal to a into cos 24.760. Okay. At t equal to 0, x is 10. So 10 equal to a into 1. So a equal to 10. Solution is 10 cos 24.760. So there is no doubt at all. Option C, right? Clear?
అదే యాక్చువల్గా ఆప్షన్ బి సార్, అది మీరు రెండు సి రాశారు.
Yeah, sorry.
ఎస్ సార్.
Yeah. Next. Yes, next. Note down. Consider a single degree of freedom spring mass system of spring stiffness K1 and mass M, which has a natural frequency of 10 radians per second. 10 radians per second. Consider another single degree of freedom spring mass system of spring stiffness K2 and mass M has a natural frequency of 20 radians per second. The spring stiffness K2 is equal to option A K1, option B 2K1, option C K1 by 4, option D 4K1. Okay. So you know omega 1 equal to square root of K1 by M and omega 2 equal to square root of K2 by M. Both are having same masses. Okay, mass is same. That means omega 1 square equal to K1 by M, omega 2 square equal to K2 by M. What is K2 by K1?
ఆప్షన్ డి సార్.
Yeah, K2 by K1 equal to omega 2 square by omega 1 square, that equal to omega 2 is 20 square by 10 square, that is 4. So K2 equal to 4 K1.
K1, ఎస్ సార్.
So option D, like this. Note down, a 0.5 kg mass is suspended vertically from a point fixed on fixed on the earth by a spring having a stiffness of 5 Newton per mm. The static displacement in millimeters of the mass is dash. So it's very simple question. You know, spring stiffness K equal to force by delta. He is asking delta equal to force by K. So force is what? It's a gravitational force. 0.5 into 9.81 divided by what is K? K is 5. See this one, this force will be in newtons, right? So here the K is in Newton per mm. So obviously you'll get delta in mm. Newton gets cancelled. So 9.81, 0.5 by 5, that is by 10 mm. That equal to 0.981 millimeters. Okay. We'll discuss about simple problems like this. Let us take a overhead tank. Okay. Having water up to, okay, water. Let us assume it is 20 meter cube of water. Okay. Take dead weight. Take dead weight of tank. 20% of water load. Okay. Assume up to mass center, I mean up to centroid of this one, take height of 10 meters. Okay. Neglecting mass of columns, and assuming the tank mass as a point mass, find the natural period of the tank in seconds. Period means 2 pi by omega n. Okay. That means indirectly we are modeling this as a point mass like this. This is fixed here and mass like this. Okay. So it vibrates like this. Lateral vibration. Okay. Find the natural period of the tank in seconds. Assuming wind force horizontal wind force causes the vibration. Okay. So it vibrates like this, laterally. Okay, vibrations. So how to find K for this? K for this system. It's like a cantilever, right? You know cantilever very well about this cantilever. So cantilever, some P load is there. Okay, the deflection is okay. The columns EI is required, right? EI of columns E into I equal to for these columns 30,000 Newton mm square for all columns. Okay, for all columns together EA is 30,000. Just take that one. Okay, so now delta, so P delta is there here. So K is now what? How can you define K? You know delta equal to EA is this beam, then delta equal to length is L. Is it L cube by 3A?
Yes, sir.
So what is P by delta? K equal to P by delta.
3 by L cube.
3A by L cube. Okay. 3A by L cube is the 3, I mean that is the stiffness K here. So same, the tank will act as a cantilever beam. Okay. Mass we need to find. Okay. Mass, what is the mass here? So K we can work out. EA is there, L is there, K we can work out. Mass also will work out. So mass equal to mass M equal to 20 meter cube into 1000. Each meter cube of water 1000, and dead weight 20% means just multiply with 1.2, because 20% what I mean dead load is 20% and this 100%, totally 120%. That means 1.2. So which is equal to 24,000, right? 24,000 kg. So here one second, this EA also will calculate properly. Suppose this column, 6 columns, 300 by 300, M25 concrete, E equal to, you know, 5,000 root FCK, we use that one. So 25,000 Newton per mm square. So EA will be now, E is 25,000, I equal to, for all columns actually, so 6 into 300 to the power of 4 by 12. This will be Newton mm square. How much it is? 25,000 into 6 into 300 to the power of 4 divided by 12. 100 4149.4 Newton mm square. That is the EA, right? Clear? Madhu?
Yes, sir.
So K will be now 3 into 1004149.4 by L cube. L is 10. So 10,000 cube. So you will get in Newton per mm. Newton per mm you will get. Newton per mm. Newton per meter means into 1000. Huh? Into 1000 means Newton per meter. K will be Newton per meter. Okay. So into 3 divided by 10,000 cube. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into 1000. How much it is? 3 into 3 into
10 to the power of minus 3.
minus
3.
3 into 10 power minus 3 Newton per meter. Okay. So now our frequency omega n equal to square root of k by m. Square root of k is 3 into 10 power minus 3 by m is mass 24,000. Yeah, this is omega n. Time period equal to 2 pi by omega n. That is 2 pi into square root of 24 into 10 cube by 3 into 10 power minus 3, which is equal to 2 pi into square root of 8 into 1000. Two pi into root 8 into 1000. 177. 7 seconds. Huh?
Yes, sir.
That is the, I mean, it's a very less, very high time period. Okay. This roughly we have taken. Any mistake is there? Very heavy mass. More the mass, more time period, right? See, you can observe here time period Tn depends on natural time period depends on omega n that equal to 2 pi into square root of m by k, right? So more the m, more the period,
Yeah,
lesser the k, then
more
also
time period.
more the period. So it depends on both mass and stiffness. Okay, like this. So one more problem we will see. Suppose if you have a a parking, covered parking like this. Okay. And the elevation is like this. Let us take height 3 meters. The pillar size, take 300 by 300, M25 concrete. Let us take this is 6 meters. This width is something 2 meters. Let's take thickness of 100 mm. That slab thickness is 100 mm. Okay. So assume vibrations about this direction. Okay. Okay. Vibration direction. assuming the lumped mass of the slab, find the natural period. In seconds. Neglect the mass of columns, but stiffness we need to take. Okay, so mass is now how much? Mass, take specific gravity of concrete, I mean density of concrete 2400 kg per meter cube. So mass m equal to, length is 6 meters, width is 2 meters, thickness is 0.1 meter. This is the volume into density. This is the mass. 6 into 2 into 0.1 into 2400. 2880
Yes, sir.
kg. 2880 kg is the mass. Yeah, this is also a cantilever kind of thing. So of course EI we need to find. EI for this columns actually M25 concrete means 25,000 Newton per mm square into 300 to the power of 4 by 12. Okay, so 25.23 into 300 to the power of 4 divided by 12. 1.6875 into 10 power
13.
13 Newton mm square. Okay, that is EI. And what is the K? K is still same cantilever, so 3A by L cube, right? 3A by L cube, 3 into 1.6875 into 10 4 13 divided by L cube, 3000 cube. So you'll get in Newton per mm, multiply with 1000 to get Newton per meter. Now it is in Newton per meter. So into 3 into 1000 divided by 3000 cube. How much? 1875?
Yes, sir.
Newton per meter. K. K is there, mass is there. So time period equal to 2 pi by omega n, that equal to 2 pi into square root of m by k, right? M by k. 2 pi into root of mass 2880 k 1875 000. 2 pi into root of 2880 by 1875. 1, 2, 3. Is it 0.24? 0.25?
Yes, sir.
0.25 seconds. So this is the period of that vibration. Every 0.25 seconds it completes one cycle. So in that manner it vibrates actually for wind. Other direction, sorry, I think we did a mistake here. Why? Stiffness of both columns should be taken, right? Stiffness of both columns. One column only we have taken. The both
Into
columns participates. So 2 into. So 2 into. 2 into. Okay. So into 2. So how much? 0.174. 0.174 seconds because 2 columns are there. So 2 columns participates, right? In vibration, lateral vibration. So like this, for this kind of systems also we can calculate. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
And one more problem. Suppose if we have a system like this. force will be applied in this way. Assume this frame as this is as this slab as a or this beam slab system. This is as a rigid one. Rigid one, okay. And this is 3 meters. Okay. And take EA equal to, I will take 25,000. Hmm. 1 lakh, 1 lakh 50,000. I will take Newton mm square. So both columns, okay, like this. So here mass of that is it. That this mass is basically, so previous how much we got mass. So I will take 5,000 kg here. 5,000 kg. So now find the force. I mean, force direction is, I mean, vibration direction is in this. Okay. Vibration in this direction, and it comes back like this. It oscillates like this. Okay. Understood now? Find the natural period. Period of the vibrating system. In seconds. Okay. See now, what is the stiffness of this column now? Can you guess what is the stiffness? See, because of its rigidity, okay, you can model it, model this one like this, guided roller. Okay, so it vibrates like this. I mean, its deformed shape is like this. If you know this deformed shape, you can think what is the stiffness. Yes, what is the stiffness? If you apply this one, force P, so what is the delta here? So you know, do you know this here? 6EI, what is that? 6EI by 6EI
68 delta by L square.
square. Here also same amount of moment will develop. 6EI delta by L square. So now what is the relation between delta and P? So P here actually P reaction will develop here. So this is L means P into L moment, okay. P into L moment equal to 12A delta by L square. 12A delta by L square. So P by K is what basically? P by delta. K equal to P by delta. Okay. P by delta equal to 12 EA by L cube. So stiffness is 12 EA by L cube. Previously it was, the far end is free, then it was 3 EA by L cube. If far end is, I mean, rotationally fixed, rotation is not allowing there. Rigid slab is there. Understood, no? The slab is rigid one, it won't bend. Then there actually rotation is fixed. That's why K value 12 EI by L cube. Okay. Each columns, I mean each column will be having that much stiffness. So obviously for the system, as a system, K equal to 2 times of 12A by L cube. So 2 into 12 into EA is 1,50,000 by L cube, 3,000 cube. Of course, you will get in Newton per mm, convert into Newton per meter into 1000. So now that is 24 into 1 lakh 1, 2, 3 into 3 divided by 3000 cube. That is how much? Okay. How much? 2 by 15.133. ఇంతేనా చూడండి.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is K. Mass is there. So time period equal to 2 pi by omega n, that is 2 pi into root of m by k. 2 pi into root of m 5000 by k 2 by 15, which is equal to yes. Okay, something wrong, huh? ఎందుకంత తక్కువ వాల్యూ వచ్చింది? సారీ, మనం ఏ వాల్యూ చాలా తక్కువ తీసుకున్నాం. 1 second, I will modify the a value. Hmm. 1.5 into 10 power 15 into 10 power 12. Take 15 into 10 power 12 Newton mm square EA. How much? 24 into
13.33 into 10 to the power of 6.
13.33 into 10 power 6 Newton per meter. Yeah. Yeah, time period is now
0.1216.
1216 seconds. This is the time period. Yeah, correct the A value here. So where we have calculated A? Yeah, A value will be A equal to 25,000 multiplied by 3,000 to the power of 4 by 12. So
ఇంటూ 6 ఉండదు కదా, ఇంటూ 6.
yeah, into 6 columns. Yeah,
1.01 into 10 power of 14.
10 power of
14.
14 Newton mm square. 1.01 into 10 power 14. Okay, yeah, finally K value
303750.
303750.
0.
Okay, that is Newton per meter. So here we need to correct, right? Yeah, 1.01 into 10 power 14. Okay, now here K value here, this one 303750. This one 303750. Okay. What is the value, ma?
1.766 seconds.
1.76 seconds. Okay. Yeah. So this is the period of this natural period of this water tank.